Привет, и ты на моем канале Умару Плей. Я продолжаю играть в Геншин, проходить сюжетку над края. Все хочу сказать натлана, оно, блин, созвучно. Все на Н. Поэтому. Так, нам куда? Этот. До сих пор не могу пройти эту сюжетку дурацкую. Угу. О, все собрались. Я вот хочу еще на основу Коломбину. Какая же она классная. Это вообще офигенная просто. Действительно, она мне понравилась.
Finally, and most importantly, he is consumed by hatred. Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our rank.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the Wild Hunt, those all seem...
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the group.
Well, everyone, that's the plan in full detail.
Plan approved. Scheduling.
Okay, any firepower you need, I got you covered.
Не все это прикалывает ее болт или шуруп у нее в волосах. Угу. Смешно. Смешно. Ага. А Коломбина где? Или вроде с ними была.
We can still back out of this?
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want anyone feeling trapped because...
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of...
Who'd you hear it from? D-Luke?
Shh. We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank you.
D-Luke у нас сова. Okay, feeling.
Flint's and I will absolutely support it.
We shall indeed. You'll be glad you also. You are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. My peers usually call me Lord Sangama Bay. So, the longer your name, the higher your net worth. In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right, I know.
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping it a secret.
Okay, fine. I'm actually only here as a favor for someone else. Do you... Oh! Does this mean someone out there actually has the power to boss Dory around? It most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and mutually beneficial business partnership. She's actually the mom of a friend of yours.
Давний деловой партнер и по совместительству мама вашей подруги. Чего? Какой? Она подарила мне замечательную безделушку, но вот эта дамочка ее испортила. Ага.
So what exactly is so...
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. We have a business relationship, and she was worried that something bad might happen to me. So, she wanted me to have something that can...
Что я не поняла, хочу...
I finally got it all fully charged up with Kovaki, and then never went...
Я что-то не поняла, какой... Мама вашей подруги. Я знаю сына маминой подруги. А дочь-то странная.
I knew you'd say that.
You're putting me in a...
It's a very useful thing to have around. But I have a funny feeling it won't be around.
Looks like bankruptcy for me.
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know. You might...
Только текста, когда будет движуха. Вишуха-то поинтереснее будет. Так. Штучек много сумерских.
How are things going? Feeling ready? Oh, I was born ready. We only have 2 days. You think, Lord, don't forget, when something's in high demand, the people with the ta-da! See? It's right here.
Какая прикольная штучка.
It's so pretty. Did you make it? No, I have a supplier. We go way back. So he made. Aha! No wonder you were talking about lucky charms at the meeting. You've been getting Kave to make them for you.
Одна заказка.
That's not the full story. It actually started a while back as a project
Oh,
between
oh.
Mage Alice once warned me that this world won't stay safe forever.
С
The
Нахид
make of a day
торговалась.
when everyone faces a great crisis. I passed this on to the
Алиса, это-
Icon, and she secretly brought together
Я
a
вот,
research
стол деревянный.
group of Sumerian
Мама
top
Кли.
scholars
Мама
to
нашей
invent
подруги.
technology that could keep people safe. I
Это
won't go into the
это
details
Кли.
because it's all very complicated. But if you want to know more, you can ask the Dendro Archon about it sometime. Anyway, point being, it was the Dendro Archon who asked Kave to build this little contraption. As one of the top Kashara War talents, he was the obvious. Took him long enough. He stressed over it for ages. Must have gone through at least a dozen designs before producing a final product. But that's Kave. Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kave. Could I ask why I'm sending this technology to you? What's so nosy? My fault for sending him the research permit to begin. Surely Nahida must have told him you were involved in this project. He was probably just nervous because you're always so secretive about your business. Could be, could be. Anyway, I just replied, let's hope there never has to be a use case. Because it would involve... fair enough. But it sounds like he was just being cautious. He probably felt responsible as the one who made it. Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's done that before. Not sure why, though. His housemate doesn't seem to really care. Either way, all's well that ends well. I'm just glad to finally have my hands on the product. I wouldn't want to be without it, given the potential to... Huh? What does that look... Paimon's just super surprised. This must be the first time we've ever seen you actually get serious about something. Well, a long time ago, I made a promise to myself. I promised there are always going to be times in life when you have to give something back. That could mean paying back a debt, returning a favor, or showing some kindness. Alice has been a huge help to me over the years. She was the first investor I ever had. And I want my investors to know that Lord Sangamabe is the best in the business. And more than that, no one knows what the future will bring. Whatever happens, I want to make sure the Dendro Archon and... Oh, that? I was just making sure Nefer and I are square. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint, so my priority is doing the business that I want to do. So long as my conscience lets me, but it usually does. That's the Lord Sangamabe business model.
Она обычно всегда Короче, у нее это совесть в доле. Понятно.
If you say so. I do say so, and that's the whole point. I'm a businesswoman. Don't go trying to figure out what kind of person I am. You'll exhaust yourself. Much easier for everyone involved if you just take my word for it. Oh, and could you two help me get this stuff where it needs to be? Thanks so much. You're my...
Так, вот втроем.
Traveler, Paimon. It's good to see you.
Everything going smoothly over here?
Sort of. As you're probably aware, Varka, Durin, and I kept per the plan. We dissected and analyzed some samples of these creatures. The process went very smoothly. The findings, however...
What? You can actually dissect the wild hunt?
That depends on your definition of wild hunt and dissection.
Harmless, lifeless. These words are accurate descriptions.
The wild hunt is an interesting phenomenon. In and of itself, it doesn't seem to possess anything akin to a human personality. But taken as a collective, the master griped a lot about the wise Horoptetyr, and seemed somewhat fascinated with the foul Certology. But she barely mentioned Rerir at all. I don't think that was because of his lower social standing, though. Anyway, it's a pity. I should like to hear her thoughts on the nature of the life. It's a strange mix. The furious energy of an abyssal being channeled through a fractured physical existence. A consequence of being torn. Perhaps the only explanation for his survival in this state is that he sacrificed a degree of individuality. Oh, sorry. Once I get talking about interesting back to our research findings. Essentially, they confirm my hypothesis. Rerir, you could think of this as Rerir in mutated form. But in my view, even that would be inaccurate. In reality, his whole being... Unfortunately, at present, we have no means of completely eradicating abyssal power. Hence...
Oh, that's terrible news! So, that's it? We can't defeat him? Not even if we get the power of the...
Miss Columbina's situation is a difficult one. She can never achieve wholeness when the world does not accept her presence. It's as if her creator banished her to a place she can never be accepted.
Given the circumstances, it's only natural to despair. But we must see this plan through to the end. Time to kick off the backup plan.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! This is for you. Dory asked us to bring it.
Ah, how wonderful. Well, thank you for making the trip. Durin and I...
I'm sorry I won't be there to protect you in person this time. Please be careful.
All right then. Stay safe.
Остров Хи. Так. Просто продукты валяются на дороге. Надо мне флинса качать.
Miss Lauma, is everyone here?
Yes. The fate of my flock is in your hand.
My lady.
Within the next 24 hours, we will face the biggest crisis. This is not a burden that we deserve to bear. But I believe that we reap what we sow in this life. So I intend to act. I must do what I think is right for me. That means fighting for the future of... This gentleman is the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Varka, Knight of Boreas.
Hey, everyone. Guess I should introduce myself. Well, to start with, I know my way around a battlefield. The biggest strengths are honesty and hard workingness.
Это он заржал. Слыхали?
I'm gonna do everything in my...
Такой прикол чисто вам пришел. Опа. У нас Колумбина и Dying Slave. Обычно эта сюжетка такая отдельная с Dying Slave. А сейчас прям чуть ли не это...
Something on your mind?
не с начала. Это тревожит.
Miss Columbina,
Госпожа
was it?
Колумбина, верно?
I believe
Кажется, они
that's
так
how the others
тебя
dressed.
называют. Да, она самая.
That's right.
Кланяйся многие, целуй пяточки.
Names are funny things.
Да,
People always
интересная
been called
история об
Dying
этом имени. Тебя всегда называли Dying Slave?
Yes.
Да? Видимо,
I
у тебя
take
с
it your own name
именем
has a
все не так
more
просто.
complicated.
I have a
Да, у меня
different
именем,
relationship with names than
именем не
other
все
people.
несколько иначе, чем у вас.
I'm not even
Честно
sure that
говоря, я
Columbina
даже не
is my
уверен,
name.
что Колумбина мое
At
имя.
least,
Это в
not in the
смысле,
same
в
way that
котором
Dying Slave
твое
is yours.
имя Dying Slave.
But it's what everyone calls me.
Но
And
меня
I
так
go along with
называют.
it. A
И
lot
я
of my life has
привыкла.
been that
Так было
way.
всегда. Я
I
ко
get so used to
многому
things that I forget
привыкла.
to
И даже
question why
не
they are so.
спрашиваю себя, почему. Оно оно сложилось так и не иначе.
I never used to think much about where names
Раньше я
come
никогда
from
не задумывалась
or
о
what they
том,
mean to people.
откуда берутся имена и что они
Maybe
значат для
something's
людей.
wrong with me.
Наверное, это и мой недостаток.
You're different from other
Ты,
people.
ты не такая, как
I
все.
sensed it the first time
Я
we met.
почувствовал это во время нашей первой встречи.
You are more perceptive than most. I'm sure your long life and rich range of
Потому
experience
что
explains
за
that.
долгую жизнь ты накопил огромный опыт.
Do you ever find yourself
Бывает, что
missing
ты
Conrian,
скучаешь по
Mr.
Хенриях,
Dainsleif?
господин Dying Slave.
Difficult to answer.
Трудный вопрос.
I have
Я
dreamed
часто
of the
вижу
past
прошлое
many
во сне.
times.
Иногда я боюсь изо всех
Sometimes I'm
сил.
fighting
Иногда
tooth and
лежу
nail.
на земле
Other times I'm
поверженный.
lying on the ground. I don't recall any happy moments from that
С
time.
тех пор прошло так много
It has been
времени,
too long.
что у меня совсем не осталось счастливых воспоминаний. Да ты ж мой бусинка. Блинчики.
Is that because hatred survives longer than love and affection?
Потому что ненависть живет дольше, чем любовь.
That would not be for me to say.
Не мне судить.
I make no
Я не
excuses
хочу
for the
искать
grudges
себе
I bear.
оправданий. Но какой бы ни была причина в моих воспоминаниях мало красоты или того, чем хотелось бы помнить.
Thank you for your help with the Rerir situation.
Спасибо тебе за помощь. Без тебя я бы никогда не узнал всей правды о Рере.
You're welcome. I know he's your friend.
Не за что. Я знаю, что он твой друг.
Friend.
Друг?
He betrayed me.
Он предал меня.
I never
А я только
really
сейчас узнал,
understood what
через
he was going
что ему
through in
пришлось
life.
пройти.
Some
За-
friendship, that is.
Что это за дружба? Микрофон съезжает.
Okay. So, do you plan to
Так-
fight him with
Так
us?
ты хочешь к нам присоединиться? Я...
See? You're torn.
Видишь,
You know it really
ты не
hurts.
можешь решиться.
You see the
Теперь
things
ты
you've
знаешь,
done
что
in a new
случилось на
light.
самом деле. И смотришь на это иначе.
I need some time.
Мне нужно время.
Of course.
Конечно,
Completely
я понимаю.
understand.
Это
Anyone
непростое
else
решение.
Actually, I went through something similar myself recently.
Если честно, я сама пережила
Changed my
нечто
perspective on a
подобное.
situation.
Увидел знакомое
A situation I took for granted at the time,
обстоятельства
but
совсем под другим углом.
now I feel very
Раньше я
grateful for
много
it.
воспринимала как должное, но теперь я поняла, что это огромная ценность.
You mean the harbingers who still support you, even though you've left the Fatui?
Ты о том, что некоторые предвестники до сих пор помогают тебе, хотя ты вышла из Фатуи.
Yes,
Да?
I always thought they were only helping me because harbingers are forced to work together.
Я всегда думала, что они помогают мне только потому, что предвестники вынуждены работать вместе. Но теперь я никто. Мало того, меня объявили в розыск.
Yet even now, they support me.
И все равно они продолжают мне помогать. Значит, все это время я ошибалась.
Clearly, they view you as a friend.
Они явно считают тебя другом.
I feel a little
Тебя я чувствую угрызение совести. За то, что не замечала их дружбу. Не ценила ее. Думаю, что нас с тобой терзает одна и та же вина. Надеюсь, что разговор пойдет нам на пользу. А ты заметил, что Мару и Памен подслушивают наш разговор? Наверное, стоит с ними поздороваться. Привет. Спалили. Ой, нас заметили. Простите, мы немного беспокоились за вас. Ага.
I apologize for making you worry. No doubt you wish to know where I stand on the plan to take down the Recher of Solnari.
You will? Oh, thank you so much! Everyone will be so...
They needn't be. This was something that I was going to have to face up to eventually.
That doesn't matter to them. They're grateful to you. You can't control their gratitude, so just accept it. And then, have a think about whether you're willing to join. It's nearly showtime! Let's go rendezvous with the others. You know the place.
А тут что у нас? А, Флинс нас ждет. Такой за углом поджидает. Вы пришли раньше, чем я думал. Привет, Флинс. Давно ждешь? Не очень. Я пришел заранее, чтобы было время поразмышлять. Поразмышлять из-за предстоящей битвы? Нет, наоборот. Вспоминаю прошлое сражение. Пока ратники меня не пробудили, я много лет не брал в руки оружие. Я думал, что после боя поле боя не моя стихия. Но сражаясь с дикой охотой, я понял, что смогу жить в мире и не смогу жить в мире и покое. Вечные колебания пламени говорят о том, что где-то внутри меня есть глубокое желание искоренить зло в этом мире. Это не так уж плохо. Я тоже так думаю. Я Альма, которым я когда-то был, которым хотел только спать и никогда не просыпаться, спокойствие души не сулило бы ничего хорошего. Но здесь и сейчас оно мне здорово помогает, и я рад, что обрел таких прекрасных союзников в этом славном начинании. Вы уже здесь? Госпожа Лаума? Хорошо поспала? Не очень. Я немного нервничаю, но не переживайте. Я выспалась, все будет в порядке. Спасибо вам за все. Что ты? Это мой долг? Нефер, мы здесь. Вы заставлен? Госпожа Айна попросила передать, что Иннифа будет находиться в состоянии повышенной готовности и внимательно следить за всеми второстепенными районами, где требуется оборона, оказывая поддержку по мере необходимости. Тем временем Айна будет оказывать нам дистанционную поддержку, используя все последние изобретения. Отлично, спасибо всем. Шкатулка Ларса творится какая-то что-то неладное. А шахматное. Ларец не может долго удерживать Террери в заперти. Скоро в нем придется Вступить, с ним придется вступить в бой.
No sense sitting around waiting. Let's make the first move.
Какой смысл
while we
сидеть
still
и ждать
have the option.
нападения? Давай сами пойдем в атаку.
I agree. Paimon,
Согласна,
find a safe
Паймон.
hiding place.
Прячься. Хорошо, Мару, будь осторожна. Ага, обязательно. Давай вали мелочь. Пузатая. То сейчас это будет. Махач.
Everyone, take your positions as every ounce of strength we have in our bones.
Ready?
Готово.
Let's go.
I've seen all your futile ploys before. You have become the authors of your own demise.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
You are merely a moment of sport before I tear down the moon.
Stay on your toes.
Yup. Let me help you guys. Water jet!
The moonlight
No more
betrayed
lies. It all adds up.
the moonlight betrayed you.
Observe.
Can't hide the truth. It all adds up. Seek within.
By the frost moon of old, branch into song. Stay your hand.
Be silent. Observe.
Do you fear the dark?
Be silent.
Night falls.
Observe.
Do you fear the dark? It began with the moon, and so shall it end.
The moon will protect you.
Can't hide the truth.
Do you see now? Fathomir, when will it be as you foretold?
Observe. Be silent. Observe.
I'm rather out of sorts.
Be silent. Observe.
Are you quite finished? Your foul spirit is not welcome here.
For the everlasting curse.
The mystery unravels. It all adds up.
Be silent. Close him down. Be silent.
No more lies. It all adds up.
Move. Futile. Hunt him down.
Can't hide the
Pathetic.
seek within.
The moonlight.
Frostmourne of old.
Great. Meat. Close your eyes. Night falls. Be silent. Night falls. Close your eyes. Futile. Hunt him down.
It all adds up. Can't hide the truth.
Move. The moonlight betrays you. Hunt him down. Observe. Are you quite finished? Pathetic. Fear the dark. Close your eyes. Night falls. Futile.
The deception ends here. It all adds up. No more lies.
With one heart, we pray.
Water jet!
Steady now. Pathetic. Observe. Be silent. To dust. Observe. Your little game of heroics is over. Who wants to go first? No. Get out of my sight!
No!
Death
We've been
within my
separated.
grasp.
You okay?
Never! Where are the others?
Stuck outside the barrier. I guess he really doesn't like us.
Destroyed. I told you before. Knowing too much is always a death. Sentence.
Be careful what you wish for.
Lauma! Can you hear me?
Silence. Destroyed. Reborn.
Voices are gone. But at least I know they're still there. And we need to focus. Stick to the plan. Remember my most important task. Just follow me. If I can solve him for long enough, the moment will come.
Absurd.
Wipe out!
The deception ends here. It all adds up. No more lies. It all falls into place. Can't hide the truth.
Run. Or to hide.
It all falls into place.
Fate.
I've got this. The shield's broken.
within
I
my
can't
grasp.
keep up.
Don't push your luck.
Destroyed. Reborn.
Water jet!
Can't hide hide the truth. The mystery unravels. No more lies.
Wipe out! Go!
It all adds up.
Destroyed and reborn.
Seek within. No more lies. It all adds up.
Water jet!
Can't hide it.
Run. Hide.
The mystery unravels. No more lies. It all falls into place. It all adds up. It all falls into place. The deception ends here. No more lies. It all adds up.
Bombs away! Water jet!
Curses. There's no other way.
The only way to defeat Rarer is to borrow his own power. That means Columbina will have to disappear while you two bear the brunt of his attacks. You have to hold on. Find a way to keep him focused on killing the two of you.
Nefer! Your eyes are bleeding.
Soon you will be powerless to resist. And then, I will reduce you.
But that dust will plague your memories. Come on. Keep holding on.
Any other tricks up your sleeve? Let's see them. As entertaining as they are, you've backed...
You don't fool me. I see your fear clear as day. I have to stoke his rage. Make him unleash everything. You fear what you could never defeat. You fear the thought of never... You cannot win the fight against fate, Rarer.
Is that what you think? Well, now it's your
You fear the sound of your own name?
Is it us you hate? Or is it what you've become?
Let's see what becomes of you! What's happening? That power... I've seen it before!
His power is on another level. We'll need to use an alchemical array to convert his power into a usable form. Then quickly channel it into Columbina, rendering her powerful enough to compete with him.
I'll join you. I can help. If I release enough abyssal energy into a confined space, it'll create a potential difference, allowing us to extract a huge amount of elemental energy. Next, I'll synchronize with everyone's minds using pyro, then give you temporary access to their abilities and fields of view. But it won't last long. Can you see?
Well enough.
So, we have a student of Gold Rheindotter in our midst.
How about that?
You use my own power against me?
Just like how you stole Kuvaki. Look familiar?
Don't you realize? You don't have the power to hold that gate open.
I don't, but someone else does.
Goodbye, Rerir.
We won.
Nefer, how are your eyes?
They're fine. Apart from the blind.
It's not too late.
Let me handle it. Miss Nefer, it's not like you to lose your composure. That was the most reckless
Reckless how? The situation was critical. Our lives were at stake. We had...
Even so. Okay. I guess you're right. Under the circumstance, in business terms, I suppose that's a huge return on investment.
I'd be hard-pressed to argue otherwise.
Still, I don't like this outcome. And I don't want you to lose your... People suffer when they make sacrifices they shouldn't have to make. Whether that means faith, strength, or in this case, I had hoped you could win without sacrificing so much as a single hair on your head.
Thank you. Really.
All done. Don't try and open your eyes just yet. We'll see how you're doing in a couple of days. Until then, please follow. I'll send full details through Yehoda. For now, just get yourself home, relax, and rest. My dear friends, we have fought bravely and achieved a spectacular victory. A dark cloud has been lifted from the skies of Nod.
The moon will remember this day. There's something I want to let you know.
What is it?
When Durin connected everyone's minds so I could access their powers, I also felt everything they felt. And since Nefer's eyes were injured, my eyes are hurting now too.
Huh.
I only feel the pain. There's no actual damage. I just thought I should tell you.
You're right. There's no damage. That's a relief. But I must say, I'm surprised to hear the Kutar share something like this with me. In the past,
Things are a little different now from how they were. I'm learning to
friends. You have no idea how glad I am to hear that.
Yay! You're awake! How are you feeling? Any aches and pains? Did you sleep well?
I'm doing all right, Paimon. No need to worry about me.
Phew! Well, that's good. Paimon's been sitting on the edge of the bed worrying about you for ages. You slept a whole day and night. Poor Paimon had to eat all by her lonesome.
Glad to hear you didn't starve. How was the food?
Well, it wasn't the same without you there to share it. Honestly, Paimon just can't relax when you're not your usual self. She couldn't enjoy the food and settle down to sleep.
Well, I'm back to normal now.
Oh yeah, and Albedo swung by earlier. He said to tell you to head to the tavern when you woke up. Varker and the others are organizing a He also dropped off some medical supplies, but you seem fit as a fiddle, so guess you won't be needing those. If you're feeling up to it, let's head over now. Wouldn't want to keep them waiting. We're here!
Traveler and Paimon! Perfect timing! We were literally just saying how there's no way we're holding this victory feast without you any longer, and we would have postponed it till tomorrow.
How are you feeling today?
Much better, thanks. Don't worry about me.
Relieved to hear it. If that changes, just let me know. Happy to check you over at any time.
Yep, we're here for you. Anything you need, just let us know.
Oh wait, where's Nefer?
How are her eyes doing?
Nefer's right over there. I'm sure she'd love to catch up with you.
Traveler, Paimon, are you recovering well? Turns out that moon chanter has some real talent after all. My eyes were mostly recovered after just a couple days rest. I can actually open them again now.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful. Lauma says not to strain your eyes while they're still healing.
Yes, thank you. I'm well aware.
Yehoda, could I borrow you for a moment? I could do with an extra pair of hands.
Oh, sure. Coming. Did you hear that? I gotta go help Lauma for a second. You guys chat among yourselves. I'll grab us some drinks on the way back. Paimon, you still...
You bet! Make it extra sweet, 'cause
Sure thing!
The Raker of Solnari. Kind of a snake, don't you think? No, definitely a snake. A poisonous one who spewed his venomous hatred everywhere. Anyone who seeks revenge out of hatred for other people has become a snake. That's something my dad used to say. Perhaps. I'm sure it sounds like what else is left when everything you depended on in life gets stripped away? Something's gotta fuel that drive to keep on If you're worried about it's just... I suddenly feel like I was wrong to call my father... Oh, look at the Ibis King. He's never brought it up. Why else would he give me the power to perceive the truth? Well, King, his response, did he really think I'd fall for that? So that's enough for you to decide he's nice, is it? He's a prisoner, and he was scared. So he decided to perform some good deeds to win people's approval. He lives in fear because he's a deceiver. How is Rerir any different? You can't work as a spy, it's preposterous. Yet I can't say I don't understand. They say that a liar's soul is the most worthless thing in the world. What do you think? Good. If you understand that, it means you're smart. And you see things objectively. If you ask me, the soul of a liar really is worth nothing. Because all they care about is themselves. For example, when something good falls into my lap, I don't go sharing the news around. Stops other people trying to steal it from me. So be it. They have sharp ears. I can't keep anything from them. Oh, is that what it looks like? Well, you all know my past now. And I can't simply eliminate everyone who knows too much. So I guess when you find yourself in a situation you can't control, the safest play is to keep calm and start monitoring everyone involved like a hawk. In the intelligence world, you need to have a sense of perspective and play your hand accordingly. If you understand what's at stake, please ensure my secret is safe with you. I trust you'll respect my wishes as a friend. But don't forget, I will also be watching you like a hawk. Very good.
Oh wait! Now that the panic's over and we've all calmed down, Paimon suddenly remembered something. After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed up even once!
Huh? Am I imagining things?
So, that close colleague who stayed behind with you? What's he been up to recently?
Don't know, don't care. I get more normal human interaction from hanging out with Bosco too than him. Although, now you mention it, he hasn't bothered me in a while.
If he's disappeared without a trace, it's the biggest gift he ever gave to the world. But he won't lie low forever. So we'd better stay on guard.
Ah, Lord Sangama Bay. How lovely to see. I must thank you for the device you provided. It was an enormous help. Would I be right in thinking that it was developed by the academia?
Why come and ask me when you clearly know already?
I mostly came to thank you.
That's more like it. A little gratitude goes a long way with Lord Sangama Bay. Play your cards right, and you might even stand a chance of becoming my
The chance to work with such a kind and charitable investor as yourself would be a great honor.
Huh? Charitable? Who said anything about charity?
Let's see. The first plot of land you purchased in Nodcry, your desert interests, and...
Stop! What do you think you're doing? Exposing my investment history!
It's nothing to hide from. They're all perfectly legitimate investments. And some of the land you purchased was with the intent of building a sanctuary?
How did you...
You're a curious case, Lord Sangama Bay. You don't like people finding out about your good deeds, do you? But I'm afraid no matter how hard you try to keep things under wraps, where there's a will, there's a way. You did it for Sumeru, didn't you?
It was empty land that was gonna go to waste otherwise. I figured if I built something there, it might at least get some use in an emergency. Disasters are capricious things. They strike without any warning. I've lost family to a disaster before, and I don't want to lose any friends or business partners if I can help it. My elder sister used to dream of finding a sanctuary. Somewhere with plenty of food, water, and medicine. Where everyone could live happy lives. It was something I looked into, but after discussing things with the Dendro Archon, I decided on a more effective strategy. The tech people handled the tech, and Moneybags provided the Mora. It just made the most sense.
It's a pity that so few people know the truth about you. Everyone says that you view everything in terms of Mora, and all you care about is growing your own wealth.
So, what's the problem with that? Everyone wants to be rich. It's human.
But surely you have dreams of your own, beyond just making Mora.
You don't get it, do you? My dream is to invest in other people's dreams. And, you know, just thinking about it makes me happy.
Thank you.
For the device?
And the pendant.
Oh, that. I was just returning a favor. Don't worry.
Seems like we've both been away from home for a
Yeah. So long that I barely remember what my family even looked like.
That would be your mother, father, and sister?
Yeah, though it's been years since my sister passed. It's not like I want to forget them. My sister can't help me now. Slowly but surely, her face is fading from my mind's eye.
Not everything will fade. When loved ones pass away, the beautiful memories are the ones that last the longest.
Yeah, that's true. If you ask me, that's the one silver lining in all of it.
Well, that, plus, I'm sure that life is much better now than it was back then.
Oh, absolutely. I have tons of Mora, a big beautiful house, business is booming, and I'm as happy as can be. You've got a lot going for you too. Boss of the Curatorium of Secrets? I'm sure there's plenty of Mora to—
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
How have you been holding up? Any adverse reactions? If you start to take a turn for the worse,
You don't need to worry about me, Grandma.
What? You're too, huh?
You played an indispensable role in the battle for Nodcry. We can't thank you enough for your support. Sometimes, when people praise you, it's because you deserve it. The best thing is to accept it calmly and with grace. It's important to learn how to respond to words of admiration.
Let's do a quick demonstration. Albedo, that was an incredible feat of alchemy. The pressure was on, but you worked flawlessly at lightning speed to get the job done.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit, though. Durin played a big part in forming the alchemical array.
See? Did you catch that? A masterclass in how to take a compliment.
Okay, yeah. I did work pretty hard to help prepare for the battle. No point denying that.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, look who's bounced back. Looking good, traveler.
Seems like you've recovered. You won't need to take any more medication.
Can I get you a drink?
Huh? You know how to order at a bar now? You've sure learned a lot.
Handling a drinks order is ridiculously simple compared to alchemy. Don't worry, I'll blend into society yet.
Paimon believes it. You're clearly a fast learner, just like your brother. To be totally honest, though, Paimon didn't quite follow all the details when you first explained the plan to us.
Don't worry, that's completely understandable. Unless you're a student.
To put it in the simplest terms, we saw how our enemy stole the power of Kuvaki. And that gave us the idea of stealing his power to turn it against him. When facing an enemy you have no hope of defeating, it's best not to engage them in battle. So, instead of looking for a way to overpower him, we decided to help Columbina get strong enough to at least stand up to him in a fight. For this to work, we had to analyze his modes of attack, confirm who his main target was, and make sure that he wouldn't go beyond the range. For added security, we prepared a total of 4 arrays. But to mitigate the impact of the battle, we identified one location in particular as the ideal spot, which is the alchemical array absorbed his abyssal power. Then Durin processed it to render it usable by calling. That power enabled her to do what would otherwise have been nigh on impossible.
What surprised me was that Dainsleif actually agreed to join us. Given his history with Rerir, he had every right to sit this one out, but we're extremely grateful for the decision he made.
It must have been a painful choice to make. But I'm sure that...
Absolutely. He was torn between 2 paths, but in the end, he made his choice and stuck to it resolutely. He doesn't strike me as the sort of person who'd stay Anyway, however you cut it, everyone gave a stellar performance.
That's the only reason you're here.
Yes. I've thought a lot about it. And I've realized that you, me, and I think this is very important. So I felt I had to come and...
Well, this is a new one. I'm so moved. I can't even hold my teacup. If that's all, you can leave now.
Do you not want to be friends with me? Or is it that you prefer being co-workers?
What is this, Columbina? Are you deliberately testing my patience threshold? Right now, my politeness module is active. But if you say another word, I swear I'll shut it down.
If your politeness module was active, wouldn't you say the word please at some point?
Polonia, please see Lady Columbina to the door.
Will you still invite me to your next tea party?
What?
Yes, I think you will. Bye-bye, dear Sandrone.
Last time, the Wild Hunt escorted you out. Would you rather I handled it myself this time? We just wanted to, see how... Why? Out of concern for my safety? I hope you didn't seriously think that the Ray here of Silnor...
Mostly because you kind of helped us out, so we just wanted to check you were okay. Looks like all your robots are fixed, huh?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Tea time is already a write-off. The visitor before you... If you're in the mood for tea, go ahead and help yourself. Otherwise, it's going to waste. My coasters are still missing in action, though. Use this notebook instead.
Whoa! Pretty hefty notebook. Look at all
You can ignore those. They're just dumb scribbling. I doodle and write in my free time. Sometimes I remember the distant dreamlike past. Sometimes I imagine the far-flung future. And other times, I grit my teeth and note down all the crazy nonsense going on in the present. Some people do the crosswords in the newspaper. Trying to predict the future is like daydreaming. And writing about the present just makes me furious. The past is my favorite. Huh. Although, having said that, the only vaguely interesting memory in my past is probably that guy they call Lord Artifice. Who else? Pretty much all the mecha and Fontaine are his personal handiwork.
Wait, are you saying you know him?
But, I mean, I guess we were friendly enough. Yep. In fact, I'm probably the only normal person left who knew him at all. We used to chat occasionally back when he was still around. Before he passed away, he asked me to destroy all. I honored his request. But I did read through everything first before I mean, I couldn't let the genius of Lord Artificer Alain Guillotin...
So... that's...
I just told you. Those are my equivalent of crossword puzzles. They're just dumb. Alain's work was like epic poetry. The form... Not that there's anything bad about them. I mean, at least, solving those riddles isn't going to hurt anyone. Except me, 'cause I lose a few brain cells in the process. Anyway, while we're on the topic, I might as well tell you about what happened to him and his friends. Alain Guillotin had two close buddies, Renee and Jacob. They spent their childhood years together in the Narzissenkreuz Institute. They were all quite competitive, so there was some rivalry between them. But beneath the friendship and the rivalry ran something. Unfortunately, childhood would end. The prophecy would come true. The apocalypse would arrive, a mad dream that would normally only capture the minds of lunatics. And if Renee and Alain had been people of lesser wits, that dream would probably have ended up as something for them to joke about in their... But alas, they were some of the sharpest minds around. They nurtured that. The first of them to fall under its spell was Renee. Against Alain's wishes, he persisted in experimenting on a mutual friend of theirs to try and save their life. Alain did not approve and parted ways. It's complicated. Alain wanted to believe that Renee only did what he did for the sake of their friendship. But when he told me about what happened, perhaps the seed that would grow into a nightmare had already sprouted in Renee's mind. Even then. The next time they met, Renee's soul had been completely engulfed by the dream of salvation. His futile... And although that wave died down eventually, I hear that it just recently came back with a vengeance. As I understand, Renee wanted to live out his dream of salvation, but I'm told that the attempted resurgence finally died. What do you think of Renee? Do you admire his transcendent genius? His view that any price was worth paying to achieve the... Or do you despise him? Dismiss him as an evil madman who wrought havoc on the lives of everyone. Same difference, really. Just a matter of perspective. What a cop-out. But I suspect you'd have a more incisive and insightful answer if we dug into it further. I don't like fanatics who give up their whole lives for their ideology. Nor do I like fools who let their Maybe I could understand if Renee had just been an ordinary person. Anyway, that's enough about Renee. Now, moving on to Alain Guillot. He managed to put a stop to the first storm whipped up by Renee. But after that, to his credit, I suppose, the loss of his family and friends. After that, the only thing supporting his work was the But although the desire to save Fontaine drove him to found the Fontaine Research, I think that formulas and machines... Yet Alain's intellect was simply too great. Once he realized that the end of his life was approaching, he quit working on his formulas, trading them in for the fairy tales. He told me that the director of the Kreuz Institute used to read those fairy tales. I think that all he wanted at that time in his life was to be able to sleep deeply without being plagued by depression. At the very end, he laid down to rest in the ruins of the former Kreuz Institute orphanage. Many years after that, tensions over competing dreams would once again cause a rift. And that is the story of two people from the Kreuz Institute, who one went all in on his fantasy of salvation without ever looking back, and ended up calmly. The other sought desperately to burn bright in his life. I do sometimes wonder, why is it that people like them have even the grandest tree starts as a tiny seed? So perhaps, for each of them, they were young children with friends and family who mattered to them, desires to explore, or maybe they just wanted to find something to anchor themselves within the chaos. But instead, the search for their own salvation took them down the rocky road laid out by fate. Do you think the desire to save oneself is enough of a justification to try and save the world? Sensible answer. Glad to know you've got your head screwed on straight. Alain would disagree, though. I asked him the same question back when he was in his prime. Yes, it's no elaboration, just a quick, short answer. But all right, tea time's over. I owe Arlecchino a favor for telling me these stories. I'll have to bring a whole sack of gifts the next time I visit the House of the Hearth. I'm gonna go tinker with Polonia now. You guys can do whatever you want, as long as it does. Polonia, exit hibernation mode. Begin diagnostics.